a religion of finance. It's amazing to you, I'm sure. We didn't get independence before, which means Trinidad and Tobago will always live on. Colonialism gone. Our nation is for everybody. We will follow our leaders. They always do their best. Oh yes, we want to achieve. We're going to aspire. We're bound to be a success. It is a miracle all these different people can dwell so well. You see, we are educated to love and forget hatred. You know it's so. You people who are foreign, I got a message to greet you when you go in. Spread the word anywhere you pass. Tell the world there's a modern nation at last, which means Trinidad and Tobago will always live on. Colonialism gone, our nation is born. We go follow our leaders. They always do their best. We want to achieve, I myself to aspire. We want to be a success. The revenue we make from oil and the pitch lake is great, but wait, we got cocoa and copra, banana and sugar, coconut, citrus. We may be small, but we wealthy. Pound for pound, we'll beat New York City. We got beaches and hotels built by
Trump cheats on her and she's pretty chill.
Sorry about that, people. Hi, Yvette. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Petal. Hi, Patricia from Virginia. And Roxanne. Thank you all for always coming to say, tune in to hear what I have to say. It is a pleasure always. I don't ever take it. Hi, Sarah. I don't take it for granted. I don't take you all coming to listen to me for granted, taking time off your schedule to do that. Hi, Shireen. You're rich. I appreciate it much, much, much. I solemnly pledge to dedicate my life to the service of my God and my country. I'll honor my parents, my teachers, my leaders, my elders, and those in authority. I'll be clean and honest in all my thoughts, my words, and my deeds. And I'll strive in everything I do to work together with my fellow men of every creed and race for the greater happiness of all and the honor and glory of my country. Hi, Bounce Up Central. Always share the live, share the live. Let me start with some good news one time. The gift of sight. And what is that about? This is free, free, free. And this is from Loop News. 2 hours ago, it said the gift of sight, 300 benefit from cataract surgeries at NCHRA. Over the last 3 months, 300 citizens regained their sight with cataract surgeries, which were performed under the North Central Regional Health Authority, as NCRHA, at the Couva Medical and Multi-Training Facility. A media release from the NCRHA said this was done by utilizing an enhanced surgical schedule and the collaborative efforts of skilled medical professionals and administrative staff led by Dr. Shehenzad Mohammed, lead and sole surgeon on the team. Wow. Thus far, the Cuba Medical and Multi-Training Facility Cataract Surgery Initiative has recorded a remarkable 100% success rate with a 0% complication rate, marked with significant improvement in every single patient, the NCRHA stated. It noted that the undertaking, which has only taken place on weekends through a scheduled system, was implemented with the aim to decrease the number of patients requiring cataract surgeries within the public healthcare system, essentially reducing waiting time for procedures and enabling patients to receive timely and efficient treatment in order to regain their vision and to have them return to their regular day-to-day lives as quickly as possible. The NCHR the NCRHA CEO, Dalvin Thomas, expressed his satisfaction with the milestone and commended the effort of staff involved on the project. He said, the completion of 300 cataract surgeries in such a short period demonstrates the commitment and dedication to our healthcare teams to improving the lives of those in our care. This is a special initiative, and I wish to extend thanks to Dr. He is Naz Mohammed, who has spearheaded this project, seeing on average 100 persons per month working over the weekends. Kudos to her and her team. Wow, I didn't realize it was a woman. Thomas stated that in order to ensure efficiency and better service delivery, the NCRHA has implemented strategic measures such as extending operating hours, surgeries on Sundays, dedicated surgical teams, and streamlined patient management processes. We are determined to continuously strengthen and extend our capacity to consistently deliver specialized care to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, Thomas said. Medical Chief of Staff, Dr. Ravi Lala, shared that the initiative has been a tremendous success in not only alleviating the pressure on waiting lists, but added that by focusing on cataract surgery solely, the NCRHA has been able to prioritize those patients who have been waiting the longest while maintaining high standard of care. We will continue to monitor the progress of the initiative and look for additional ways to optimize our services for the benefit of all our patients, like I said. So me too, I want to send congratulations out to the whole medical team, Dr. Mohammed and the whole surgical team with 100% successes, people getting the site doing surgeries on a weekend. To the CEO of NCRHA, because it's important to have a good CEO to run the RHA, because Northwest Regional Health Authority. Hey, thank you, Mr. Davlin. Thank you to Dr. Shihinaz Mohammed and your whole medical team, Doctor. Kudos. Thank you to Chief of Staff, Dr. Ravi Lala, for the good work you're doing, human service you're doing. 300 persons you already see under cataracts. St. Joseph Convent Girls, I see the win. Hi, Gail. Hi, Jonathan. Hi, Gloria. Hi, Angela. Hi, Leon. Hi, Jennifer. I think I said Jennifer just now. But it's my name, so I could say it over and over. So this was 2 days ago, St. Joseph Convent, Port of Spain. Hi, Maria. Over the moon on maiden national intercal record or title. So this was in the news day. St. Joseph Convent, SJC, Port of Spain are over the moon following their maiden capture of the secondary school football leagues SSFL Coca-Cola Girls Intercall national title. After a 1-1 result at the end of regulation time at Autoboland Stadium in Cuba on December the 5th, Convent Girls kept composure to steal a 5-3 victory via kicks from the penalty spot. Not only did the North team cup their first ever national intercall crown, but they also brought a surprise end to Pleasantville unbeaten streak across the 2024 season. Co-coached by Junior Maxwell, the Caitlin Darwin captain squad showed resilience and true grit in the final days to come up with trumps against a South team fueled by standout siblings Natalia and Nikita Gozine. Oh God. On the victory, Maxwell said the team has been working towards this goal for a very long time. So congratulations, St. Joseph Girl Convent, and to the bomb team, and to the captain, and to the twins or the sisters. Congratulations. Next time, Pleasantville. Next time. But say it was, you know how it is, camaraderie in the place. Camaraderie. So I'm saying, hi, Carol. Hi, the bunking. Where's Wendy? I don't know who's that. No, so don't ask me for nobody. And put me no bacchanal. Although just want to come and put me in bacchanal and Lily just so. I don't know who is Wendy Prosper. Hi, Miss Wendy. I'm seeing another gas deal. Oh, you know, Minister Stuart Young. All the programs they having, which is good for the young people, it is good for the country, it is good. All the things that paying off, you know, the old age, 65 old age grant, the disability grant, the roofing grant, the this grant, your grant, me grant, everybody grant, and money start to be coming. Because money ain't growing on tree. How it does come in? Oil, gas, well, you know how we're going out oil. Gas is the thing now, and then of course we have the manufacturing sector that working up a stove. So money has to come in order to be spent on things to give. Yeah. So the energy ministry again, I tell all I never know the ministry energy was so excited. I just said a ministry energy, a minister of energy, and that was it. That's it. And something with oil and gas. But since Minister Stuart Young has been there, you must agree, the thing does look exciting for so. And the deals just keep coming in. So let's see here.
Another piece of the puzzle. What we're seeing here today is the transpooling, meaning the pipeline transfer, just over 30 kilometers of pipeline that have come all the way from the United Kingdom to Trinidad and Tobago. And this is all for the SIP project. What is amazing about today is we're seeing the trickle-down effects of how this affects lives in Trinidad and Tobago. Of the crew on board this vessel here, 15% are local. Sharp terms, the people who supply the vessel with food, fuel, and these types of things are locals. One of the persons handling the ROVs on this vessel is actually from Maria in Tobago. We've also just had a great experience of meeting 3 maritime recruits from the UTT Maritime Program. 3 cadets from their program were on board this vessel from start to finish. They are getting the experience. Someone on board the vessel, another local, was proud to come and whisper to me that just yesterday they got the results of some of the surveys that are taking place on the wells at Dragon Field in Venezuela. So this Trinidad and Tobago, this is what is happening in the energy sector. This is the reality of what we've spent the last few years out there negotiating on your behalf and earning the revenue for Trinidad and Tobago and many different people in Trinidad and Tobago. This is your government working for you, Trinidad and Tobago, as we continue meeting with success after years of hard work on your behalf.
Right, people? Tell all you the money has to come in. You cheddar need to come in. We have to have somebody who experience to negotiate them deals and them, because you don't get just, you don't just go and sit down and when you ain't get through, you both take your rig and go, or just walk away and go outside and protest. That is not how it is done. PNM working for you, your government working for you. So let me continue. I'm also seeing, hi, Ayana. I am also seeing something happening again in Library. Library get hot all of a sudden, you know. Hot the right way, people. Hot the right way. We work on opportunities. Young people could get work on opportunities. I am seeing here that the University of Trinidad and Tobago, UTT, you know, that was Mr. Manning's brainchild, right? This was the 5th of December, a couple of days ago, but it's still news we could, you know, could enjoy. UTT plans to help LABIDCO decrease waste footprint by thousands of tons. So the University of Trinidad and Tobago has created a waste management roadmap for the Library Industrial Development Company Limited. That is what the LABIDCO means, right? Which could see a reduction of its generated waste by thousands of tons annually. UTT handed over the waste management plan report for the Library Industrial Estate and the Port of Brighton last week. It is the result of 10 months of research conducted by an all-female UTT team. Hey, women in the house, you know, women is boss. Let me read that again now. UTT handed over the waste management plan report for the Labrador Industrial Estate and the Port of Brighton last week. It is the result of 10 months of research conducted by an all-female UTT team headed by Dr. Ije Jean, Associate Professor, Process and Engineering. Research team members included Dr. Solange Kelly, Associate Professor, Utilities and Sustainable Engineering and Assistant Vice President, Undergraduate Studies, or GSAS, Dr. Marianne Watson, Associate Professor, Processing Engineering, Dr. Samantha Chedi, Assistant Professor, Center of Maritime and Ocean Studies, and Suzette Balkaran, Senior Instructor, Engineering Maritime Studies. Watchmen, UTT noted that based on continuous assessment of LABIDCO waste matter, the report details a strategic approach to treating generated waste in a sustainable, environmentally friendly, and cost-effective manner. Once implemented, the recommendation will reduce LABIDCO waste by 10,000 tonnes annually, UTT revealed, noting that the research project will have a positive impact on the Labrador day-to-day operation. Research project lead Dr. Ije John also detailed the potential for far-reaching benefits of the study. To unlock true potential, we need to view waste as a resource, she noted. UTT said the project supports its mission of sustainable development through research. Oh, let me read the name again of this all-woman research team now. Let me read it just now. Give me a minute, let me get it. Right. That all-female UTT team was headed by Dr. Ije John, Associate Professor, Process Engineering. Research team member included Dr. Solange Kelly, Associate Professor, Utilities and Sustainable Engineering and Assistant Vice President, Undergraduate Studies. Then we had Dr. Marianne Watson, Associate Professor, Processing Engineering. Then we had Dr. Samantha Chedi, Assistant Professor, Center of Maritime and Ocean Studies. And we have Suzette Balkaran, Senior Instructor, Engineering Maritime Studies. Watch me now. Hear that star power team now. Hey! They want nothing with people. Woman is boss. So there's good things coming out there from in Labrador. Again, they have the fabricating thing. What they're doing the fabricating and to make the thing for the, oh God, all the help, man. They're making the sheets and thing for the gas thing now. Oh gosh. But you know what I mean? Them doing them fabricating steel to make some kind of thing that does make now to give the people who going to drill for gas and all the bacchanal. That is not my area expertise, right? Oh, forgive me. But you know what I'm talking about. So let me continue. Oh, remember Cuban boy, right? Hi, Andrew. Locked on from the UK. How is it up there, my darling listener? I hear the Prime Minister take away the fuel subsidy. $400 for the elderly who used to use that to buy the to pay for the heating and all that. Take it away, boy. And I hear like he say that the easy way to make money to pay off the debt and them, and he gonna be taking away more money from. Because the elderly, you know, when they care for the elderly and the young ones and them something not right, you know. Thank you for staying tuning, darling, and bring all your friends to come to listen. Because Caribbean thing, they go understand it. If there's English, they might not understand. It's Caribbean thing. So, I remember Cuban boy. You know, Cuban boy is, his name says it all. He came to Trinidad, I don't know whether visitor worker, I don't know whatever, but he has been doing a lot of comedy. Some people find funny, but his jokes are always degrading and stuff like PNM and whatever. However, he had an experience at Montauk, Eric Williams Medical Complex. You know, like Dr. Eric Williams, it was named after. You know, that was built in Dr. Eric Williams' time. He had a good experience, so he was talking about it. So let's listen to Cuban boy and tell me if they're not fortunate. But you know what? After all that, they will still go back and cause Dr. Rolly and the PNM. But listen.
I love my country, Trinidad and Tobago. Yesterday I come into the hospital, Eric Williams in Montauk with my 2 children, right? Sick with vomit, fever, cough, head pain, and bones pain, and more problems. I come in 9 o'clock in the morning, right? The doctor sent my children, nice attention, the hospital is really clean, Good attention, boy. Nice doctor. The toilet is more clean than the toilet from my house. But the more important, boy, the doctor gave me that paper. The antibiotic free for my children, boy. Huh? Antibiotic free, boy. Nah. I don't can believe it, boy. Huh? Oh my gosh. I'm going to the pharmacy to check it's true or lie, boy. And listen, in for a thing today, some people call me Cuban, boy. 1K free for you, huh? Boy, 1K free and the medication free. I go to the pharmacy from Mount Hospital. Eric Williams. I tell you, it's true or lie? Polio is true. The hospital give me free the antibiotic for my children. 2 bottles, right? The tablets. And that's good job, boy. Good job. That happened in Cuba and Venezuela. No, in Cuba and Venezuela, plenty money, but only in Trinidad and Tobago. Free antibiotics in the hospital. In Eric Williams. Good job, boy. Okay, thank you to the yes, no, I don't can say the name. Thank you to the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago for the good job, right? Nice attention in the hospital, Eric Williams. Nice service and nice job. Thank you, Prime Minister. Continue with the good job.
Yeah? With all that, he can't say Dr. Rowley name. But he still, you see, Tong had to confess. When you're doing people things that is not deserving, you just have to confess. Because he cussing this government, he just cussed this government and everything. His children get sick, unfortunately, and had to go the same hospital with the PNM bill. And here we could talk this saying, in Cuba, Venezuela, no get no free. Not free, that to pay for the coming and they get free. He said the toilet in Montauk cleaner than the way he have in the house. Yeah? He get everything free. And he's still at the end, he can't say Dr. Rowley name. It's a good thing Dr. Rowley is the Prime Minister, so he had no choice about the Prime Minister. Thank you, the Prime Minister. I tell you that and Tobago. Play with them and only want to put back Kamala there. It's not Kamala at the hospital there. It's not Kamala to have free drugs in the hospital. That had nothing to do with UNC. UNC didn't implement them thing under the People's National Movement successive PNM government. You have free medication that somebody from a foreign country could come here and the children fall ill and they're treated just as good. But when you go to America and them place, you have to pay. You think you're getting free antibiotics and free this and free that. You have to pay. You have no insurance. Your backside goes sit down there. But in Trinidad, we have all this happening. Still cussing. You're still cussing the PNM. Look, Dr. Rowley, a whole wing. What a spin general bill over. He said when it had the nationwide earthquake, he sit down hoping he don't get a call from down in the port of spin general because he know from whatever research you do, that the building, that song, and he promised after that to build it. Look at building. I tell Ole, as it finished, I'm going down and see if I could tow it. But it's still cussing Dr. Ole, but PNM ain't do nothing in 9 years. That how they nasty. Arima Hospital finished, Point Fortin Hospital finished, Grandy Hospital finished, Port of Spindy Wing finishing down there. The fixed Red House, the door over the President House was there forever and ever. Wilton Milfleur and all of them Magnificent Seven. All them things with them nasty people and them nasty opposition, Roger and all them nastiness. PNM ain't do nothing for 9. Dr. Rowley ain't do nothing for 9 years, see them. Only play with them. Let me continue. Let me show you now this one.
Thank you, Honorable Camille Robinson. Regis HVIP the PN and government gift to me.
Today we are in the community of 5 settlements in Sani Grande, where 32 beneficiaries will be receiving their keys to their new starter home. Today is not only about receiving keys. These keys also represent a greater sense of security, stability, and a sense for a brighter future for their families. And what's special about today, some of these houses, the contractors will have to do a little extra just to suit the needs of the beneficiary. and it was done.
The Housing and Village Improvement Program is really a tremendous program that you all have benefited from. We are in the season of Christmas and giving and sharing. This is our gift to you, the government's gift to you. You are gifted a home, a house that you doesn't really have to pay anything back for. So that is what a lovely gift to get.
I tell you, say, we are proud of the work that we did here in the Pine Settlement community and the wider Sandy Valley area under the Housing and Village Improvement Program.
HVIP, government gave to me.
I hope 2025 they remember that. And then start to cost Rowley. They get starter homes under Kamla services so they'll still be in the old shack. The house was dripping and falling apart and looking for dealer comfort. But it's still, you know, I'm angry. I'm really angry at the people such as it's the thought that they keep saying, Kamla and them, the government, Dr. Rowley and them do nothing for people. There are more houses again, get starter house. Some of them people they must have had a piece of galvanite too, a piece. I'm not degrading nobody. I'm just stating a fact. As a cardboard thing, so a lot of box boards and all that. Look at them house and then start a house. Them can afford to add on as they go along. Or if they want to add on, they're comfortable. Just look at the house. Them could watch me. Them could have inside there looking watch me. Or then see them thing I want. But no, they go cost Dr. Rowley and they pay them and say they pay them and do nothing. And some of them who get them keys and all them wouldn't come out and make a video and say, look at my house, thank you, the government of Trinidad and Tobago. But they will come and TikTok right through and cost Dr. Rowley. And say they didn't deserve this and they didn't deserve that and they didn't deserve this and deserve that. Okay. I'm going to Tobago now. Again, I haven't heard they give the woman the school in Tobago for the deaf. All they're doing, all they only care about all their self. It have a woman who doing human service for the children who are deaf, those are hearing impaired, Down syndrome and others. All they will not be doing the work that she doing and she staff doing. Let she get a place for the children and them so they could sit down comfortably because they are human beings too. They are children to in Tobago, get a place, that little short, big-head, stupid looking one who is in the infrastructure, man. Get a place. You went and build some road for much million, the whole road falling apart. But you have to take it and invest it and build a little school, something for the woman and the children and them. Only so. But before they have back and today, the autonomy bill had failed. You see like they didn't vote for it at all. Finally, all they take that in the Rukun Tobago people are sorry for you, but all they get caught up with Fali and the choppiness. All they get caught up. All they get caught up. He go do this and he go fix this and fix that, fix what. So I got this from Senator Ansel K. Douglas page 4 hours ago. He said the bill which proposed significant improvements to Tobago governance structure got no support from the UNC and consequently failed. What we had for the entire committee process today was blatant gameplay and references to Fali's jokey amendments dispatched via WhatsApp this morning. They could not put Tobago's business before their own narrow interests, political interests. This reminds me of 1996 when all Iana Robinson got from his then UNC friends and partners in government was an arrangement that inflicted complete cabinet control upon Tobago to the extent that we cannot even now pass a law for Tobago. The effect of this is that we will continue to exist and operate in Tobago under the limited provision of the current THA Act 40 of 1996. The effect of this is that our budgetary allocation will continue to be limited to 2.5 billion and not over 4 billion, subject to the actual national budget. A loss to Tobago of 1.5 billion per year. The effect of this is that we will continue to have a THA legislative with zero lawmaking powers and matters requiring legislative intervention will continue to languish. And he went on to say, I do not know if in my lifetime another opportunity will arise to fix this long-standing impropriety. But what I do know is that this is a sad day for Tobago and Tobagonians. That is what they get. Last minute, Fali sent out some WhatsApp message talking a pack of crap. a pack of crap. Or they think it's soft. Or they think it's soft. Let me see if I could find it. Let me see if I could find it. Okay, not here. So let me go on this page now. Let me see if I could find it for you. I just read a part of it. Let me see. This. Only one pack of crap, but at the end of the day, I can't remember I see the thing now. But the salient point is this. All of a sudden they had objection to it. And the UNC voted for it. So back again, just so nothing. But just recently, a couple of days before that, he talking about he going and file, going and seek international while talking to some diplomats. He going to seek international help. I want to know if that dunce feel that a diplomat could get involved in a sovereign country affair. He just come like the UNC when UNC was asking the United States to put sanctions on Trinidad and Tobago. He going and ask diplomats can't get in we business in that kind of way. We're a sovereign state. He feel we're a colonial country still. So this was he. Farley, those on the garden, Farley ready to seek foreign help in Tobago self-governance fight. I want to see what they could think now. It was going before the parliament to pass for they could get all the thing. You fighted on Farley, all they fighted on, UNC vote for it. So go to the international bodies now, and so they didn't get the opportunity. So this is what you were saying a couple days ago. Chief Secretary Farley Augustine said Tobago is ready to ask the world for help if the central government refuses to grant the island greater autonomy. Well, the central government didn't refuse. It went to a vote and the UNC vote at all. So go to the international community and tell them the opposition didn't vote for it. You damn ass. I'm calling them that, you know. When I finish, I'll go see how much he's an ass. I ain't reading no more. Go to them foreign people and ask them to come and help you. Here, wait till you see. And all they tell me if he better than the PNM. So you see.
Being able to get that done. If we are to rate the government's performance, we are somewhere at a 7 out of 10. But being the kind of perfectionist I am, I want to push in this last year to get it closer to 10. We definitely are doing better than those we replaced. But we are not even considering those we replaced. We are looking around the region and around the world and positioning and lining up Tobago against other jurisdictions and asking ourselves, how much better can we do with the limited resources we have to ensure that Tobago can compete with the rest of the world. So we have gone past competing with our predecessors because they ain't coming back here anytime soon. Right? Tobago done said they don't want them, they don't want to see their face no time soon. Right? Because they are happy that they have taken this step to rid themselves of their abuser. Transformational leadership requires that you have to do
this man talking about transformational leadership and how the people at Tobago they want to see them PNM face and all kind of thing. Fal, you're really delusional, boy. You're really delusional. You promise that you're going to fix it. And all the things you're going to do to fix it. And this is what has been happening in Tobago. I feel you know overs. It's you, the people fed up on. And it's you, the people don't want to see. So this is Farley saying going to fix it. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Okay, so it's across here. Wait till you say that Farley say, right. Or remember when he said the contracts is for Tobagonians.
And I say to you, investors can come from Trinidad, we welcome you. Investors can come from abroad, we welcome you. But we are operating on a policy of Tobago first. If we have to fix this place called Tobago, we have to start with those from the very household of Tobago and fix our home first. Dance at home before you dance abroad. Our people should never be second-class citizens in their own land. And that's part of the Tobago pride. And I don't care who will want to misconstrue what I say tonight and take it to mean other things. No, I am not preaching racism. I leave that for Sandy, who's struggling with life right now. I am not going to preach classism because I believe all of us are one under God. But I am certainly going to preach Tobago first from a Tobago first platform like the PDP, because Tobago must come first and foremost, and everything we do must be in your best interest.
During the PDP campaign, during the election time, you campaigned about a Tobago for Tobagonians. How is it that Trinidad contractors are getting some of these huge contracts? What is the rationale behind it?
Well, it's not a rationale behind this. If you do an open tendering process or even a selective tendering process, then you cannot stop Trinidad contractors here or there getting into the pool. That is the reality. Similarly, there are Tobago contractors that get into the pool in Trinidad. Because how do you go to court and say, well, we stopped everybody who wasn't Tobago from bidding in these contracts? You will lose legally.
The Act actually affords this same agreement, this same type of arrangement that you're looking for. In it, Section 29, let me read and not.
What are you reading from?
I am reading from the public procurement.
So,
2015.
Right.
All right, and let me just pull it up. Give me one moment. Section 28, the procuring entity. Now, a procurement entity or public body, that could be the public body, the THAs, the ministries, or the other NGOs and stuff like that. A procuring entity may limit participation in procurement proceeding to promote local development and local content. So it's actually there in the Act. It's provided in the Act that you could limit who could tender within your locale.
When the worker spends that salary, and the businessman reinvests that part of that profit, the economists will tell you that the worker is going to spend on basic necessities first, food, housing, shelter, food, clothing, shelter. And all of that is being produced somewhere else as well. So the economy of today won't benefit from that. When you have a foreign contractor, foreign in this sense, meaning non-Tobago contractor, then the labor, the money you pay in labor, benefits another economy as well. And if it were a non-Tobago contractor, then the management, the money you pay to manage the project, benefits somewhere else as well. So, and so you go along that line, and of course the profit is spirited away. So you end up spending $1 billion, and the economy doesn't change in Tobago. And that to me is where the problem is. When you have a strategic intent, because by now that is what it is. It is not like a capacity or anything like that. After 20 years, you can't argue that. When you have a strategic intent to procure construction services outside of Tobago, then your strategic intent is to build another territory. In this case, Trinidad.
How do you respond, therefore, to the concern that's raised that all these contracts would have been given to Trinidad contractors over Tobago contractors?
It matters not, Julian.
So you are Jovan going, girl?
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. After all that talk, the triple looking one talk about if you give foreign contractors the money will come a day and it will build day and all that. When they ask him now, so how can I account for all they giving only Trinidadian contract? He said it matters not. Farley said we have to give Tobago contractors and when they don't come about, we can't stop them from getting contract because it could be end up legal and all that. They only vote for in Tobago. Lie and more lie. But all they should have known that when Farley joined with Watson Solomon joke, but we tell all of that, but all they have so much hate and all this summer all they want to listen. Look today, the UNC, who like the PDP join with on the the TPP join with, in my opinion, they didn't even stand up and vote for it to get the greater autonomy for it to do all the thing. They didn't vote at all. Who get all the contract? They say only Tobago to get the contract to build Tobago. And when they get in office now, they say I can't stop that. Hey, oh boy, let me continue. But you know what? Farley say he better than the PNM. Let me continue again. Here the workers and them. The workers and them are crying for the money. They ain't saying so though. Hear them.
Yes, pleasant good morning. We are here today as workers. Right now we are at Philadelphia. Right now we are working, but despite the working, and you can see the fellow coming working, but we are very disappointed about what is going on. But because we are patriotic workers, we decided to work this morning. We are here to say that we work 2022, 2023 overtime in Overcatch. Even weekends we work. They call out men weekend to work overtime. And up to now, we cannot receive our money. It's our grants that work for us. After us and receive their monies. So we are appealing to the authorities that we need our money. We need our monies and we need our monies now. And we are making no joke about it. Fellas, we are making no joke about that. Because just as everybody have families, we have families as well. And we are saying it, and I want to say that here, the authorities who is responsible for paying us, the Google Patch workers for 2022 and 2023, we need our money. If it's the chief secretary, if it's the administrator for works, we are asking them to intervene in this. Right? This is the first protest, and we're not making no joke for that. We're not making no joke. The next protest wouldn't be as nice as it is now. So we are telling the authorities, pay us our monies for Google Patch 2022. Right now.
Farley, I thought you said doing better than PNM. The people crying for the money. You're giving to Trinidad contractors, Indian contractors across the Caroni Bridge, all the contract, and the Tobago contractors ain't getting nothing. They're crying for the money. When they get a little work, they're crying. Look at this one again. All they build jetty. Look, they're complaining the jetty could fall down. All they too dirty. Look when they cotton ribbon for the jetty, what they do.
A few moments later.
This is the last step, right? This board is in front of step. So which means that the board has to come in front of this step. How are you stepping onto the board from here? The board in front of the step. How are you getting onto the board? Right? The board has to come right into the step, right? Before the step was right on the post. So you just step off and you step on even with the little bumper, you have a little space where you could step. No, you have no, this is way too far from where the boat would be. The boat would be all the way here, right? With a bumper on this, you have to put some bumper, which means that you have to get tires. If they didn't come with professional bumpers, you have to use tires. When you put a couple tires on here, the boat will end up way out here. How are you getting onto the boat?
They're going to jump down in the water and swim to the boat.
We have
light progress.
In between heavy people, right? They wouldn't be able. We have older people, we have mature people. It's impossible.
Money have to spend.
Children,
they cannot do step from here, the vote way here. How are you getting on the vote? Right? You must ask questions to the people who are doing it every day before you come up with these ideas that you're doing. Look, there is no proper support. They have a piece of angle iron. Look, all of these things. You do not look, they're shaking, all of them. They're shaking the minute a few people would come and hold on to this, a little rough seeker, all of these ain't gonna last too long. These angle iron, I don't even know if it's we call them stainless steel. We don't even know these angle iron is stainless steel. Because if it's stainless steel, in no time they're gonna rot now. Right?
See, they are so rotten.
Stainless steel, they're gonna rot now. In a few months, they're gonna rot. This is a simple shade. When people come here, heavy people with some weight come and hold on to these things.
Right?
It would not last. Right?
That is doing a PDP style, TPP style, whatever, but he better than his transformation. Oh God, Tobago, God. That's not right what happening to Ole, you know. He only fall again. Who he better than PNM and he get himself 7. With today, the UNC even vote to get Ole for the bill to pass. PNM come and vote. UNC vote favor. Ole go still cause PNM. Ole ain't get nothing. Nothing. Ole ain't get. Who Ole blaming for that? He fall again. But he better than Fali is the worst. This is Fali. This is what they wanted. This is transformational leader.
Stand before you without any fear whatsoever that they can't call my name the way that we could call their name. I could say that without any fear whatsoever. Find the plan, create a plan, the strategy or whatever. Bring it here once you get approval. Where it is, you see, 13 people now. You might just need 5 or 7 to do strict PR, so you can use some propaganda. Whether they could use fake profiles, whether they could use their own profiles, whatever they do. And what you will have to consider is finding a way to employ people on the THA side.
Most of them kind of got a way to share and we found out.
And most of them kind of get employed already.
Yeah. So that's the others who are not employed to bring them in because they are happy to do the thing on the side voluntarily once we employ them 8 to 4.
That can help in shaping the narrative. It was shaping the narrative. I don't want us to stop campaigning. Democracy requires that we speak out even when the people we vote for do stupidness. When the people we vote for are doing wrong things, we must speak out. We must not, and it is foolish.
Any comment, Pastor Baines, on the audio recording circulating?
Look how they're speaking out. That dirtiness saying it's Pastor.
Mr. Sampson, any comments on the audio circulating at this time?
When the people we vote for are doing wrong things, we must speak out.
Good day, Mr. Clark. Good day, Mr. Clark. Any comments on the audio circulating at this time? Miss Orr, any comments concerning the audio circulating on social media? Miss Orr?
When the people we vote for are doing wrong things, we must speak out. And it is foolish.
Mr. George, any comments on the audio circulating on social media? Any comments at all?
They're big.
Foolish. I mean, if my area representative was in the executive council, I would have taken up my phone and I would have WhatsApp the area representative and tell them, oh, they're doing stupidness.
Hi, Mr. Kerr, any comments on the audio circulating on social media?
When the people we vote for are doing wrong things, we must speak out. Why are you running? Why are you running?
Mr. Pollard, any comments on the audio circulating on social media?
Oh, they're doing stupidness.
Dr. Faith, any comments on the audio circulating at this time?
What she?
Some of them have more patriotism to the party than you will have for it either. You will have more patriotism to the people you vote for than to yourself.
Mr. Craig, any comments on the audio circulating on social media?
I thought about it. I have to take a listen and see what's up. Right?
They get big now, they wear suit.
I'm persuaded that we have long past the time when we should remove these people from office. This is completely unacceptable. It's doing no good for Tobago, for our reputation, for our development prospects. It's not doing anything for us other than to distract the society. This is completely unacceptable. It's time for these guys to go.
Right? That's what Tobago get. Listen to Juke. Juke know them. Me and Juke ain't no friend. Me and Juke ain't no friend. But what I could tell you, he a lion is he made them. He made Faith be Israel. He made before Juke take them up. Nobody didn't know them. Juke make them somebody, and it make with somebody with PSA money. I could say so, because Juke take over $500,000 saying he retired from PSA, and he launched the PDP, and they drink and they eat. They had jersey container, jersey come down from China, all that. So I could say PSA money. All them dressing like this, twin, all kind of thing. Juke make them, Faith and them was nobody. Nobody that know it's Farley. When London facilitated, he get scholarship to go and study linguistics or wherever the hell, and come back and saying that Orville London is a secondary teacher. Anybody ever hear about Farley? Farley's a dunce. They say that she was living downstairs by his mother and his stepfather. They did ask him a PNM thing, whatever, and they let him know if you only join PNM, we go put you out. And first he's a little puss. Wuss. He pulled back in the corner. He playing man now. He paying and seeing fraud. Juke make all this somebody, all do this. Look now. Just for this, I support and Juke with just this alone. Because he damn right. He make all here. All that throw the man out the path. All that wicked. Oh God! Here Vanna's James again.
You have not done the work to establish the mechanisms. Without the change in the law, it could be done. Establish the mechanisms for the people of Tobago to inform you as a government as to what to do. Then it really is signaling that your political party that you are forming is a way to look after your own interests. Right? And in scriptural terms, in the light of the last campaign that we held, that is what the Bible would describe as deceit and desperate wickedness in high places. That's what biblical language. I'm kinder than that. I call it incompetence. But really what it demonstrates is that you don't understand what you have to do for your own party to be part of an effective democratic process. And if you don't understand that you have to set up Tobago properly, how do you understand? How do you convince me that you understand what it means to set up a party properly? The two are seamlessly linked. You can't have a democratic party and an undemocratic government. That's what happened to the PNM. And the same campaign that I was willing to wage against the PNM, remember the PNM people called me vagrant?
Oh, yes.
The same campaign I waged against them is now required by the people of Tobago against this group of people who have demonstrated no capacity. Either they are incompetent or they are wicked. I don't say they're wicked, I will say they're incompetent because they clearly don't understand what is required for Tobago to get any chance to move forward in the Caribbean. Yes, sir.
Fanny, the people in Tobago got turn on you. You wicked little wuss like you. Listen to what Watson Juke had to say. Listen.
Father is a selfish guy. Always selfish. Always pretensive. Yes, always deceptive. And I've told him that to his face in more than one occasion, with the hope that it would have jolted him to pull himself together and focus on the people.
Yeah? That Juke talking, that Juke, no, he have first-hand information about you because he make you somebody. Hear what he's saying again.
Not intervening to stop Farley from doing what he's doing. Let Farley do it. Tobagonians must rise up Yes, all the academics and then the ones James and the next James, Winfred James, and all these academics, they must stand up. And the original Dumas, they must stand up. And they must speak about the ills of what Farley is doing. The PNM must rise up and they must speak about what the ills Farley is doing. In other words, there's more than enough voices in Tobago to speak out against the tyranny of this THA and not cherry pick issues. I'm not speaking of those issues. I will only speak on those issues when I'm inside the Tobago House of Assembly, in the chamber. Apart from that, the Farley run the ship. The Farley you're the pressure. Because Tobagoans must wake up and recognize that you can't win something twice. It is yours already. I give it to you, the people. You can resign yourself and expect me to come and fight for you again. No. Tobago belongs to the people. Farley has hijacked Tobago. He has taken for himself. He called himself an independent. They haven't even registered the party as yet. But I spoke of us since last year, September. And last year, December, I told you they wouldn't even go past April. And you see, they can't even go past April. The party is already dead, Farley party has died already. Farley is like a walking dead man politically. It's like a walking dead man. They cannot win the next election here. I could bet my bottom dollar on all of you sellout people. All of you sellout people who say, well, why we want things? We want things. We don't care. We want things. It's a crave all those who's all. Humble yourself. Stand up for justice. Don't get greedy, don't get stupid, don't get giddy eye. And play around in non-Farley where you toss a whole steel ready for you. Take that. If all of Tobago cannot eat, then we must fight to ensure all of Tobago can eat. We must ensure that the Tobago we spoke of, the Tobago we voted for, comes to fruition. Let us not be weak. And say, Watson.
Right? Watson was in Trinidad trying to get bread to such a backside with that. I only support you with the thing you said, Farley, because you know what you're talking about, Farley. Tobago people go eat Farley. You want to play wicked? Here juke again. And now I tell you, when I say they use PSM money, you will juke say about Max James. I think that must be the one who say he see the propaganda machine. I said that blasted mad ass. I am not laughing at Tobago people. Don't get me wrong. I am laughing at them people who is the leaders in Tobago who promise and lie to the Tobago people and tell them they go fix it. And as I said, that bacchanal country now it reached to the autonomy bill when all kind of consultation here, there and everything reached in Parliament for them to think the UNCA vote. The whole bill collapsed at the end of that. They're going right back to where it was all the time. They can't get this, they can't get that. All the blame Farley. Don't blame the PNM, blame Farley. Don't blame Senator Ansel Dennis. He tried. Don't blame Senator Hislop. Don't blame Minister Shamfa Kojo Lewis. Don't blame Minister Yana Webster Roy. They try and they fight on our behalf. Don't blame Dr. Keith Christopher Roddy. Blame Farley. And blame some other blame all. Listen to Juke again and how we use PSA money.
How could someone got into their minds in the first place? To say, away with Juke. I remember a person like Max James and these guys catching his tail. I took Max James when I became president and I gave Max James a job in the PSA to be a labor consultant. Max James had no political home. I created the PDP and gave Max James and his brother a political home. And there, even though he's my family, he's one of the most disrespectful men in Tobago.
You see what PSA money went up, I tell on you. Mark James and he blasted in labor consultant and PSA was in such a mess and still in a mess. You would Juke say more Faith. All of them, yeah, Juke.
And let me just say, Dr. Faith is an ungrateful person. Very, very ungrateful. If ungrateful was a person, it is Dr. Faith. When she failed to win her seat, which is the Belgarden seat, because she felt she would have won, and she lost by some 4 votes or so, the Garden Woodward seat, I said I'm going to take her, I'm going to make her into a politician. And I took her under my wings, both herself and Farley. Remember the days of the PNM, I was a minority leader and they were with me. And it was my innovative and same loudmouth ways that brought the PNM to the ground. I badly wounded them to the point.
Right? He said ungrateful now. You know why they play there to catch Kobo alive? They play innocent, and they throw his ass out after he eat up all PSA money, they eat up everything. He make them somebody, nobody don't know them. That's why people in Tobago should know that Fali is no good. But all they hold on to all the Assembly Adventists, I can't vex at all, yeah? All the Assembly Adventists, I don't know much about the faith or not, nice Rasta. All the thing with that whatever, and all they tell all themselves he must see the lesser two evils, I don't know. And he more quiet talking and thing, but all they know how dangerous. All they know how dangerous, Fali. All they don't know how dangerous Fali is. Listen to this one.
It's not easy this morning to really pronounce this because this is really far-reaching. When you hear your head of government, your leader, and you know, I defended the chief secretary and the first lady staunchly and very stoutly a few weeks ago.
Yes.
Because I tend to focus on the issue, and if we have to focus on the issue now, Mr. Augustine, people might be calling for elections now. Really, on this issue, he ought to resign actually. He ought to resign, withdraw himself, apologize to the people. If we are really a serious people, really holding up strong ideals and so on, if we have respect for ourselves, you can't have a man proposing to violate our trust, violate, as somebody said, the integrity in public life. I can all of that. But to really defile and to violate all the values that we ought to stand for as a society. You look at the oath of office, everything. I can't see how we can come back from this. The TPP, the PDP, whatever they were before, this constituency of people there, the government has fallen. It has fallen completely.
Oh God. Oh, yeah. Fali is a good conman in my opinion. Fali, if you could catch Juke, Juke is Fali catch Juke with the education. Juke get caught up. Juke really tell himself he got a wimpy and a little nanny and papa. He thought he got a little papa, not knowing. Fali set himself like a mapapi and oh God, man. Again, I'm not laughing at the people at Tobago. So once I laughing at the Tobago, people are not doing that. I'm laughing at the leaders who they choose. Now I agree with Watson Solomon Juke when he said this, right? The only part I don't agree with is when he talk about violence. PNM is not no violence, nothing, but PNM don't give up. Yeah, this one.
However, PNM does not stay out for very long. That's a history. If they lose one term, you can bet your bottom dollar they come back into force the next term. They are natural fighters themselves. You have to give them that. The PNM is no wishy-washy mommy party. It's a strong and a robust party. It's a party that never gives up. And they fight almost violently and aggressively. That's the PNM.
No, I'm not part of the violence thing. PNM don't subscribe to no violence, but we must fight aggressively. That don't mean to say it's violence, but excuse me, all my ears just give me a scratch. Tobago, how are they feeling now? Almost 4 years that it started off with PDP. We won all the. We tell all the Juke no good. We tell all the Juke before the court and rape and all they take we on. We tell all how he dealt with PSA and the monies. Juke account for $6 million of PSA money between I think 2014 and 15. Juke take $400,000 from PSA money, say retire and take all the pension money and go on and then come right back and sit down normal. Then today Juke fighted to get pension when he lost that case. Juke do all kind of thing in PSA. We tell all that we won all that, but all that so ain't like PNM and don't like Dr. Rolly, all kind of thing, all that let all that good sense. Just leave all that and all that fall for Fali. Fali, when Fali come in, let me find out picture quick. When Fali and I coming out from this Tobago thing on the table. When Fali come into TH, I'll show you how Fali still. Fally and them get rich off the hog. They get fat off the hog. Look at Fally. This was Fally when he done. This is how Fally used to look. Only look at Fally now. Only watch Fally. That's what they know trying to get in all here. Watch Fally. Let me open it a little while. Nah. Fally looking like a pommy one string up. Hey! No, Fally's a big tanto. But if Fally passing all the straight and even answering. Oh, they're feeling now Tobago. Oh, God. It's a sad day. It's a sad day. All the confrontation, all the meeting with people, all the hours people spent and poured into this from since in the day, Mochoy Charles Russ, his soul, and so many other people would have sit down and write and presented and all kind of thing, and this is what happened today. That ain't right. Shame on Fally and them. Shame on Fally, Chavez Augustine, and Faith B. Israel, and Zarisha Hackett, and Whitey, and Samson, and Baines, and shame on all you, boy. Shame on all you. Tobago people should never forgive all you. I don't even think they understand what happened there today. All you going right back to what it was before. All you had opportunity to get something different for Tobago. Only see Fally size. They only see Fally size now. Fally playing man now. All of them get fat. They have one suit on it. Before they talking to everybody, and I know they have one suit. They're traveling every minute. They're on a plane. The next one hire a whole private plane to come back to Tobago. Over Tobago people money. They're big like that now. They get large. They don't care about all in Tobago. But when they was coming around begging all and telling them, we go do better, we go fix this, we go get this, ex gratia payment, we go do it. What have they done? Everything they build falling apart. They moved the Tobago, I love Tobago sign ahead, I bacchanal with that somewhere going to damage and all kind of damn thing. They build the jetty done shaking and fall apart. They build the roads falling apart. Everything they touch. And the last thing, Fally, that is the nail in the proverbial, you know that I said the nail in the coffin? That is the nail. That what happened today, Fally in Parliament, is the proverbial nail. Wait till they go see. Let me continue. I send much love to my brothers and sisters in Tobago. So the media now only hanging Dr. Rowley about if he stepped, because somewhere in the news they put up Dr. Rowley to step down and Amy Brown is a man to take his place, all kind of back. And I watching that and I said, but me and hear Dr. Rowley say nothing. But then I remember Minister called Embert say, and they asked her that question in TV6 people meet a poll, if the media is working with a weak UNC and 78% of people agree. So when I watch that, I say, me ain't taking that. I didn't hear Dr. Rowley say nothing. Bam! You know what I'm saying? We wrong had to put that post saying he know nothing about that. And nothing further from the truth. You know that's not enough. Dr. Rowley back in the country, they hung him down now. Dr. Rowley, I used to have, when they call the election, all they used to hung down camera to have the session so in 2015 to ask you when was the election. What I want to know Dr. Rowley business for, that PNM business. That's not the government business, that's internal PNM affairs. But Dr. Rowley don't talk already. I don't know what I want him to say again. But again, it is a media. I go in and what the people meter poll say. They're working to make a weak UNC look good. I don't know. People say they used to get brown package. They say all who get house and all kind of thing from the UNC. Me don't know. I say I hear people say, Papa. So me I know there must be feeling getting no brown package and no gift bag and no house under the PNM. So me I know where's the stories. But only harassing Dr. Rowley and PNM thing. And every minute is some. Or they try first the internal election bacchanal. That ain't work. Who stalwart talk and who used to be they talk and all kind of thing. It ain't work. When all they done with that, all they gone now with Minister Hines and Attorney Curry Marcel. Or they try to make bacchanal with that too. That didn't work. Or they try to make bacchanal with the Zami. And going to toilet and Zami. That didn't work. Because we hear Jack Warner say she does Zami. He didn't say the word she does Zami, but he said she take money to pay she woman friend and them whatever. Zami. That didn't work. That Zami talk died on whatever. And they just keep hamming and hamming and hamming. Let me tell you something. It have a God, you know, if only don't believe it have a God. And when they do people think unjust and unfair, it don't work. You might find them, might tell you, say, oh yeah, what? Look like it working. Look at that illusions all they getting. So all the Freddies and all of them who talking and want to know Kamala Dr. Rowley should say and what he shouldn't say. Where did that come from? Relax all yourself now. Relax all yourself. Relax all yourself, because this is what during the election time for 2015 when Kamala was there, here what Kamala said. And Rowley ain't tell she nothing.
With the 2015 general elections looming in the air, Mrs. Prasad-Visesa told UNC faithful, coming out of Christmas and into Carnival, they need to understand what time it is.
The time has come for the re-election campaign to begin. Re-election campaign to begin. Teacher will ask you, are you ready? Are you ready for a re-election?
The political leader of the UNC reiterated, however, that she intends to work within the law and constitution and call the election within the time frame that it's due. Mrs. Prasad-Visesa is on record as saying that Parliament will dissolve in June 2015 and general elections will be held at latest by September 2015.
So guess what? No Jombi holding me down. Not at all. And that is why I will not take a basket. I will not let them join me to call a re-election. That's what they wanted since 2010, remember? Every day, every week in Parliament, I see parliamentarians stand up, call election now, you know.
The People's National Movement has been gearing up for the 2015 polls and last December signed off on 17 prospective candidates. Clarence Rambarat, the PNM hopeful aiming to unseat Winston Gypsy Peters in Mayaro, has been canvassing the Southeast constituency. But the Prime Minister has a few questions for Rambarat.
I would like to know whether he has citizenship of Canada. Can he be a candidate? So let me answer.
Mrs. Prasad-Visesa also hinted that the UNC is aiming to capture seats widely considered PNM strongholds.
The Rima Hospital, the Point 14 Hospital, by the way, is a Rima Point 14 UNC. Not at all. Marlene Goodray will bring home Point 14 for us as a coordinator. She's a coordinator.
But she's reminding party members that the UNC has a process of nomination and screening and made it clear that no UNC candidates have been named or chosen. The UNC South Regional Command Center will be a hub for constituencies in the South, and the party will soon open similar command centers in Northwest and East Trinidad. Karen Kozier, Philip, C News.
Where do you see your people? Kamala say back in 2015, nobody can Jumbi she to call no election. Well, her reason Dr. Rowley for nobody can Jumbi he neither. She said she will call it when it was constitutionally due. And she take what 3 extra months and 14 days after that. Well, her reason Dr. Rowley for he will call it when it is constitutionally due. But again, a week, a media working to big up, a week to support, a week UNC to give them legs to stand on because UNC had nothing to stand on. The leader has done shift and twist and fall and all kinds of things. They may have no leg to stand on. This is even Mr. Pandey, God rest his soul, let's say, take the election date out of your bra. Remember that? Where every man told you asking Dr. Oli was running down Kamala Touch in 2015. When should they take the extra? When the time for election come and Oli didn't see it happening. Oli went to ask you why the election ain't called, and when they called 3 months and 14 days after, Oli went and say anything and ask anything. Leave Dr. Rowley alone. Oli, all his zombies are what? We see all you. We continue. I just bringing back this story memory. Remember this? This is UNC style. This is UNC style. Let me get it here quick. All they sit down there and play. All they don't know who all they're dealing with. Yeah, Cuban boy say? Cuban boy had to admit. He had to admit this government doing good. So remember the $350,000 roti bill? This was November 16, 2016. That is when the story had come out. It says here, someone charged $350,000 for the roti delivered to a Diwali function at the Prime Minister residence during the tenure of Kamala Persad-Bissessar, claims Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley. Also revealed that under the People's Partnership, the cost to maintain a pool at the Prime Minister residence was $47,000 per month. He said that the contractor hired by late Prime Minister Patrick Manning was fired, and another contractor hired. Under the present administration, a new contractor for pool maintenance was recruited at a cost of $15,000 a month. Kamala and them had a pool man there. A pool man, $47,000 I was paying him, and they fired the one whom Mr. Manning had, God rest his soul. And when this government came in, they get one for $50,000. Speaking of the People's National Movement PNM local government meeting in Coquille, San Fernando on Wednesday, Rowley said, I saw some records at the Prime Minister residence. You know, every year the Prime Minister residence, we have a function for Diwali, for Eid, for Christmas, for Emancipation. For one Diwali function, the People's Partnership, Kamala and them, paid $350,000 for roti. The Prime Minister said that the Persad-Bissessar had problems with Minister of Energy Franklin Khan's wife receiving contract, but during her tenure as Prime Minister, Persad-Bissessar did not address the contract and give more. He said, she, Kamala, Persad-Bissessar, waving a paper saying that she had the proof that Franklin Khan's wife got a contract and was paid for it. This senior counsel can see that if you got a contract and you did the work, that you ought to be paid. And even if the contract was under the PNM and you thought it was a bad contract, for 5 years it was there with Attorney General Anna Ramlogan, how come it didn't lock up Franklin Khan and his wife, or Franklin Khan's wife then? But you're coming out to harass my soul about a contract. You had 5 years to deal with, and so bad it was that you give her more contract. But waving that all here, what should I come up and say, so just evil to she core, you know. That woman ooze from she poor evilness and all. It doesn't say it, and she. That woman complained that Franklin Khan wife his soul, his wife getting contract under the PNM and the paying she. But when she come into office, she was getting the woman contract too. And then she said the contract was illegal and all that. How come she didn't lock up? And said she was giving more contract. Well, give her my dream so I can find back where I reaches. You had 5 years to deal with it. And it was so bad that you gave her more contract, but you're waiving that. But I want you to waive the receipt for the roti for $350,000 for one Diwali function. Dr. Rowley was accompanied by newly appointed Minister Energy Franklin Khan, Local Government Minister Qasim Hussain, Housing Minister Randall Mitchell, and Attorney General Faisal Wari, who chaired the meeting. Water Wars Rowley also spoke about water issues at the Prime Minister's residence. He said that since he became Prime Minister at the Prime Minister's residence, there was water problems. Dr. Rowley said he asked for the Water and Sewage Authority to investigate and discover that a water valve had been cemented, which obstructed the flow of water. Somebody under the last regime cemented the valve close to the Prime Minister's residence, and that generated an opportunity for a contractor to supply water to the Prime Minister's residence. All Wasa had to do was to break the concrete, open the valve, and we had water flowing. Ever since Kamala then wicked to the core, boy. Minister of nothing. The Prime Minister claimed that the former administration only gave ministerial position so as not to break apart the coalition, which formed the People's Partnership. Dr. Rowley lashed out at the former government, saying that there was little done for urban renewal and rural development. The last government, every single member of the parliament and every single senator except one was a minister for a parliamentary secretary, and it had nothing to do with the work program. It had nothing to do with a vision for development. It had nothing to do with empathy for those who were left behind. It had nothing to do with urban renewal or rural development in the country. It had everything to do with keeping a bunch of political miscreants happy. And that is how Roger Samuel became a minister and how Clifton Dakota became a minister. I think Roger Samuel said driver Maxi or something, nothing wrong in that. I was some preacher or some bacchanal, so nothing wrong in that. And then we had a DJ. DJ was the minister of national security, DJ Hurricane, George. Oh, nothing wrong in that. Oh, let me find back while reading the thing so small. Dr. Rowley said he received a report of, right. He said that the Ministry of National Diversity and Social Integration was a ministry of nothing, which cost taxpayers millions of dollars. Dr. Rowley said he received a report of the ministry which he said contained nothing because it was a ministry. Cameron and wicked boy. Because it was a ministry of nothing. You know that it cost you a couple $1 million though, because the minister, his permanent secretary, and his entourage and his subsistence is a few $1 million. And what was Roger Samuel ministry? Can't even recall the name, he said. Outside children, Dr. Rowley also addressed the issue of children that Pasabi Sessa brought up during the United National Congress public meeting on Tuesday. Pasabi Sessa said that Dr. Rowley was an embarrassment to this country. Responding to this, Dr. Rowley said, you know what, Pasabi Sessa issue is that I have more children outside than I have inside. But I want to tell Kamala Pasabi Sessa tonight, this is none of your goddamn business. Because as long as Sharon is happy with how much I have outside and how much I have inside, Rowley is happy. Rowley is happy with that. Oh God, where I reach? I shouldn't take my eye off this thing, you know. Right. At least what I have outside and what I have inside, they escape and they are alive. Oh God, all they tell me what it is. Kamala Pasabi Sessa husband is a doctor in, please. And answer me if Kamala Pasabi Sessa have any children. Opposition has no plans. Dr. Rowley lashed out at Pasabi Sessa saying that the UNC had no plans for local government and is interfering with the lives of government ministers' families. He said her entire involvement in this campaign so far is to interfere with people's family. Well, if your family is a mess, we left you with that. What you interfering with other families for? She now has to put her teeth on the minister's wife. Oh God, don't let she put her teeth now. This still a woman that's Zami. I don't know. She now has to put her teeth on the minister's wife and of course Minister Chuen. So the person who led 5 record-breaking budget, the Prime Minister who managed 5 largest budgets in the history of Trinidad and Tobago is not Eric Williams, not George Chambers, not Basil Pandey, not the Prime Minister who managed, not Mr. Madden. The Prime Minister who managed the 5 largest budgets in the history of Trinidad and Tobago is none other than Kamala Pasabi Sessa. And 1 year after leaving the election, she can say nothing useful for local development and the issues of the country. And dirty, stinking Roger and them, they who them vote them marching outside to come back in office. Glenn Ramadar Singh, we can go into union. Glenn Ramadar Singh, remember he said, Glenn Ramadar Singh, I'm even playing the video and I just talking. So. Glenn Ramadar Singh, I want to go back up to represent the people. I want people to keep the girl children and the women folk away from Glenn Ramadar Singh. They just want to say keep a children away from Dr. Rowley. Dr. Rowley was never charged for nothing. It turned out all they was talking is a lie, but we know there was a sex probe into Glenn Ramadar Singh. And we know the hostess on the plane, he tried to touch, she touched or some kind of thing. So if Glenn Ramadar Singh comes back into the UNC, keep all the women, folk and children away, girl children away from Glenn Ramadar Singh. So this was in Daily Express. Glenn in sex probe. Central Mother reports fired minister to police. Alleges being forced to perform sex act for agency house. So the woman gone there to get a house. He was the minister for the people. And when they gone there for the people, people had to get on their knees and they had to pray with their mouth wide open. Oh, well, UNC just evil. So when UNC ministers, them just evil, boy. Oh, God, all the preying on people. So police are investigating a report by a 47-year-old woman alleging that she was made to perform sex act on fired government minister Dr. Glenn Ramadar Singh when she went to him for assistance to fast-track a Housing Development Corporation, HDC. The Sunday Express learned that the woman, Patricia Singh, accompanied by her attorney Nazir Mohammed, went to the Port of Spain CID office last Friday and reported the matter. According to the police report, the two sex acts occurred at the Ministry of the People and Social Development at the corner of Independence Square and Abercrombie Street, Port of Spain office in 2011, 8 weeks ago. The report, the Sunday Express learned, contains explicit details of the sex act, corroborating an earlier interview Singh had with the Sunday Express March 24. Singh told police officers, in spite of her objection, she was made to perform the sex acts on Ramadar Singh. Inspector Mervyn Richard and WPC Sandra Philip David are conducting investigation. All I read no more. So this woman went to get she house. I trying to reenact it, me and say so it go on. But I read that and I think, and she gone there. And Glenn must flip open the pants and pull out the piggy. I don't know if it's what happened. I must sit on the table until she come. I don't know if it happened. I just reenacting based on what I reading there because she said sex act and she was ill. And had this woman on she knee. I don't know. Even if he's standing up, she goes sit at the bottom on she knees if he's saying no truth. And he want to come back. He want to come back. UNC wicked to the core. Wicked. Then that ain't good enough. You're on the plane now. And they say like he was drunk and touched the air hostess breast and what kind of back. And that almost make an international scandal. But Kamala ain't find that's an embarrassment. He want to come back now. Keep all the children away from some of them UNC ministers. It's not paying them ministers for it afraid to keep all the children from. It's how one is implicated, not me saying, Dr. Zevamara saying human trafficking. Keep your girl children away from that individual. It had not Glenn Robert saying want to come back in. He was on sex probe for what he do to the missing woman. Keep your children away from these people. They say Kamala and Zami, I don't know how true it is, but something with the money and she woman and them or whatever. Keep all the women folk and children away from Kamala, Passad, Cesar. Keep all the children away from Mohana, which name Vandana Mohip. All of them might learn how to take off their clothes and pose naked on social media. Keep all the children away from this one too. Because she might end up in some car with some man and then call the police and say she adopted and then it's adopted and all kind of back and forth. Keep all the children away from this one. Look how she dressed. Keep all the children away from this UNC minister like Khadija Amin. Keep all the girl children away that will learn to dress a kind of way. All right. Keep all the children away. Look at this one. He's a senator. He looking like rum till a... Oh my God! That is what UNC have. I laughing because if I laugh, I go cry. So, that is what is happening. Only leave Dr. Rowley alone. When it's time to call the election, we call it. If Dr. Rowley is not going back for the Diego Martin seat, when he ready, he would talk and say. But I want to tell some people, only in good house. Only in good house. Excuse me. Like only one bad house to come. And all who want to test the waters, to see people's reaction. Don't play with people's emotions when all they know they're lying. Because when all they're testing water, I hope all your foot strong enough to tread the water, because when they're testing water, you have to tread the water, right? They will go under, Do the right thing. Stand up at the end of the day that your hands going to be clean and your heart going to be clear. Stop playing with people's emotions because of all the political ambitions. And I want to just say this before I go on to the union. When Dr. Eric Eustace Williams formed the People's National Movement back in 1956, I think it was, he didn't form an African party. He didn't form an Indian party. He didn't form a Syrian or a Chinese or Caucasian party. He formed a national movement because this country is cosmopolitan even back then. While a lot of African persons would have gravitated to the People's National Movement, it was not an African party because he understood you can't have no African party in a cosmopolitan country. It ain't gonna work. Why do you think the UNC had to have about 7 and 8 reincarnation from when they started? Because they have always been a Hindu-Indian party. And you can't stand up for long under those circumstances because the country is not a Hindu state and it's not an Indian country. So when I hear people talking about you pair them as a black party and only black people could be leaders in the PNM, it's a nice hogwash. Like all they really want to go in bad house. If you look at the track record of the People's National Movement, who have been in the People's National Movement, you will see it has always been all embracing. Anybody welcome to come. They don't say, well, you have to be black to join. Because People's National Movement, and People's is made up of all different races. It's a national, all of us, a movement of the people. So that's foolishness about a black party. I don't want to be no blasted black party. I want to be in a party for Trinidad and Tobago that sees about all citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Because all they form a black caucus. All they form a big black caucus. People's that form a, not talking about the PN, I'm talking in general now, form a big black caucus. Everybody was on the trail and I just sit back and I watch it and I say to myself, not putting mouth in it, and I say, all they get all this shit together. If all they want to have black party, go and form some black caucus. I ain't no not no PNM and no African party. I don't want to be no African party. I'm not living in Africa. I live in Trinidad. I love being African, not afraid of being African, proud and black, African descent, Rasta woman, but I'm not living in Africa, so I can't be no African party. I live in a cosmopolitan country where I have families of all different hues. So I ain't joining no black party, and I ain't joining no Indian party. I ain't joining no Syrian party, and no Chinese party, and no white people party. I'm joining a People's National Movement of all peoples. So all they don't know the good house all they in. And store up people emotion to this side, that side, and that side, and those store up for the right side as one. Because at the end of the day, all they have to look at the bigger blasted picture. And not all their own personal political ambitions. Because all they can do it if we help all they do it. So if you want to alienate, check on yourself. Get on board. Don't do the right thing, because you know the People's National Movement is the only party could take this country. Rodney Charles said all the chaos and mayhem it is. I have a comrade. Politically, we don't talk on politics because we have different politics. He's not subscribing to this, whatever. We into labor. But I asked him point blank, as a party, as a government in this country, when you look at the two sides, which government are you more comfortable with being in office? And it's not because they're perfect, he say. What I'm going to tell you, say, no, not because they're perfect and they do everything right, you know. But stability. And you could still reason. You could still reason with the PNM. You could still have them get a hat. They could still feel shame if they do something. They have that in them still, humanity in them. UNC don't have that. UNC don't care. the problem only feel the issue. The problem all they have is all they feel UNC care. All they really feel these people care, they don't care. I don't know why all they feel they care for. They must say what they ask them how to say and do what they have to do to get into office. Them don't care about they don't care about African people. They don't even care about poor Indian people. Them just care about them and the cabal. They don't care and all they know that as a fact. All they know that as a fact. And Roger and this stinking, dirty, stinking. Some of them union leaders out there, after they tell we, beware Kamala, she corrupt. The kleptocratic government. And what they do, because of them, the crime situation as it is, because they dismantle all the apparatus. Them tell we that, and them dirtiness and them out there, fooling workers. Again, playing with the emotions. And had them out there marching about SRC, while they asked the unions and them didn't do the work. Let me read this. Let me read this. Too wicked. Only too blasted, wicked. Only wicked. That's why I can say, I keep saying, only wicked. No, it's not this. Come now, man. I have no time to gate, man. Just give me a minute. I had the thing downloaded and I know it. Let me see if it's this. No, it's not this night. Oh gosh. Where's that one, boy? Which part I do this thing? But just give me a minute, please. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. What the hell? Well, they know me if me get, I move on and on. I move on because I thought I saved the thing. I wanted to talk to custom officers. So this is what a comrade writes. He said the hollow hypocrisy of trade union leaders when advocacy becomes political theater. I won't tell you who wrote it. He says, comrades, in the midst of justified outcry, angry workers took to the streets to protest the government's decision to accept a substantial salary increase for top officials, as recommended by the Salary Reviews Commission. While the outrage, disgust, and anger of workers is understandable and warranted, I must honestly point out the utter hypocrisy of some of my union leaders at the forefront of these protests deserves deep scrutiny. The very individuals decrying governmental failure are sadly themselves guilty of a glaring dereliction of duty. Our trade union leaders who hold the mantle of workers' champions have way too often prioritized political aspiration over the labor issues they claim to defend. One of the most damning criticisms of our trade union leaders is their repeated failure to submit wage proposal on time or refer disputes promptly to the Ministry of Labor or the Industrial Court for third-party arbitration. These delays exacerbate the suffering of workers by prolonging negotiations and leaving unresolved issues to fester. For instance, Ansel Roger of the Oilfield Workers Trade Union has been vocal about TNTech workers not receiving a salary increase since 2014. Yet there is little discussions about whether the union owns inefficiencies contributed to the stagnation in the negotiations. Unions are equipped with structures and legal avenues to expedite dispute resolution. When these mechanisms are ignored or mismanaged, workers are left to shoulder the burden. The leader's failure to meet these critical responsibilities is as egregious as the government's perceived indifference. Workers deserve advocates who can not only raise their voices in protest, but also demonstrate effective, timely action in advancing their interests. The entanglement of trade union leaders with mainstream political ambitions further undermines their credibility. Leaders such as Roger, Leroy, and former NUJFW President General James Lambert, have frequently blurred the lines between labor advocacy and political campaigning. Calls to escalate action or demand a general election often seem less about resolving labor disputes and more about furthering political agendas. This duality erodes the integrity of unions as institutions meant to champion workers' rights, instead transforming them into platforms for personal and political gain. Workers who place their trust in union leaders find themselves pawns in a broader political game. My comrades, if union leaders aspire to political office, they should resign their position and pursue such ambitions transparently rather than masquerading as labor advocates. During the recent protests outside the Prime Minister's residence, Roger lambasted the government's acceptance of the SRC report and the subsequent salary hike, calling it self-serving. While this rhetoric resonates with workers, it is important to ask, how selfless are the union leaders themselves? Public outrage over the government's alleged mismanagement is valid, but the union's own efficiency in addressing long-standing labor grievances must also be held to account. The union's demand for the SRC report to be debated in Parliament is reasonable, but it is hypocritical to demand transparency from others while avoiding scrutiny of their own failures. How many union leaders have provided comprehensive reports on the status of wage negotiations, the reasons behind delays, or their strategies to address workers' grievances? Comrades, accountability must be a two-way street. The fundamental purpose of a trade union is to advocate for workers' rights, secure their wages, fair wages, and ensure just working conditions. When leaders have failed to fulfill these responsibilities, they betray the very people that are meant to serve. Instead of channeling their energy into political theatrics, union leaders should focus on the following. 1, timely wage proposal and arbitration. Unions must adhere to deadlines for submitting wage proposal and escalate unresolved dispute to arbitration promptly. This will prevent prolonged stagnation in negotiation and demonstrate their commitment to workers' welfare. 2, transparency and accountability. Union leaders should publish detailed accounts of their negotiation process, challenge faced, and strategies implemented. This will build trust and empower workers with knowledge about their own causes. 3, separation of roles. Leaders with political aspirations should step down from union leadership. The dual roles create conflict of interest and dilutes the focus on labor issues. 4, honest and strategic protests. Protests and public demonstrations have their place, but they must be accompanied by tangible, behind-the-scenes effort to resolve disputes. Grandstanding without meaningful action only deepens workers' frustrations. As a way forward, my comrades, workers' anger towards the government acceptance of a significant salary increase is justified. However, the union's failure to advocate effectively on behalf of their members is equally inexcusable. Protests like those witnessed outside the Prime Minister's residence may draw attention to workers' grievance, but they do little to address the root cause of the impasse. Our union leaders must reflect on their own shortcomings and recommit to the principles of effective labor advocacy. This includes abandoning self-serving political ambitions and focusing on delivering tangible outcomes for their members. Workers deserve more than fiery speeches and symbolic marches. They deserve leaders who will fight for their interests with integrity, diligence, and competence. Comrades, in the final analysis, hypocrisy from our trade union leaders weakens the labor movement and undermines its credibility. If unions are to remain a force for positive change, they must hold themselves to the same high standards they demand of others. Only then can they truly claim to be champions of workers' rights, continuing the struggle. Right? That is from a brother that I respect in terms of his labor activism. And I too want to say that I concur. The issue for me, again, is not about unions and members marching. My issue for me is that the union leaders are not doing the work, the behind-the-scene work. They're not doing it. They get too lazy. They get too fat off the hog after the money they get in. And all they want to do is just call out members to march on the street and get them fiery speeches and hype them up and nothing behind that. They have failed They have failed members, I told you, for the period 14-16. In 2019, Watson Solomon Druk said that the Minister of Finance gave him a percentage settlement for the period 14-16. Watson Druk said it was around Christmas time, he'll open it next year. He never did. I understand, and I'm hearing now it was a 9% offer. Why did he not take the 9% offer? We would have been in a better place today. But he was a politician. So he didn't want to make the government look good. So he delayed it and delayed it, and this is where we reach. So that is why the comrades say, if you want to be in the political realm, step down as a union leader, go your way, go into politics and let somebody take over. But all the politics that Lambert was involved in the UNC, he was in the Senate. He could have even act as the president if the president of the country fall ill or anything. What the daily rated officers get? They get nothing because they still retire without a pension. So how did he profit daily rated officers being a senator in the UNC? He did nothing for them. So that is why they say, if you want to be in politics, go in politics and let somebody run the union, run it the right way. Instead of people down there, and it wasn't the command, it wasn't the prime minister resident, it was his workplace, Whitehall. You have all them union leaders down there, Roger, Anisette, Abdullah, who from this one and that one, whatever, and you have them UNC politicians there and all kind of trippiness. They all talk and trippiness. Now that it is over, what next? Part 2 to come out to do what? What would you have solved? Roger and them not realizing that the public no longer find them credible. The only people Roger and them could get behind them is people who emotion all over the place and they can hype you up. But come out, the government is. But tell your workers while you're marching there with them that what your salary is your salary $90,000 a month. For a man who has retired, a man who getting money from Petrotrail, a man who getting money, he pension. You're a retiree. Tell the workers who you say struggling and the poor and the suffering and how the government wicked. Because you're a leader of the union. Tell them how much money is your salary every month. And as the comrade said, tell the TNTech workers what was your part in them being still on 2014 salary. All they want to talk that. All they want to jump out. Oh, the government. Okay, I hear that. It was like the 4%. Yes, I hear it. But my thing was always, what did the unions do? If the unions do, I ride over the union, you know. If the union do what is the rightful thing to do, I will have to be out there supporting because it's the right thing for workers, because that is what I was trained to do. Jennifer Pettis Primus, Madam Jennifer Pettis Primus, sent us a Cipriani to learn labor, you know. Labor studies we did, you know. Grievance handling, collective bargaining, the whole works, you know. So I'm serious, but I don't mix my politics and my labor together. Two of them separate. When I'm on labor, I am labor, the right for workers. But if labor is doing stupidness, the employer will take advantage and you can't blame them, because if you as an employer and your employees and them don't know the rights or they're playing the trumpet, whatever the case may be, you will get used, because at the end of this profit, tell me a lie, all who talking, they write the same thing and I say, if anyone or the children is one of the 950 senior public officers, all would have won the money for the children too, or for the self too. So don't tell me not chopping about the money. But I understand the unions and they must do their part. So now they have opportunity to go back in front of the CPO at 5% is on the table. They have to negotiate. They have to go and negotiate. But PSA ain't negotiated. I hear he went down, I told earlier, Louis Baptiste went in our government ministry and telling the people about UNC and UNC this and that. I hear now like he went down custom and telling the people to vote for UNC. I hear custom workers start to walk out. But he didn't show that. He showed a couple of custom workers and they were, we don't want the 5%, and we don't want the 4% and what kind of chocolate. Custom officers, if all they're listening, this is what Liberty is supposed to be telling all as a responsible union leader. The TTRA has been formed. He took it to Privy Council. The Privy Council say it's not unconstitutional. One one of the warlords would have some question about something, but other than that, it votes. So it's on. You know, the liberties are supposed to be telling all the custom officers if all they're listening that the options that all they have, because it happened to other workers, it happened to Ministry of Health workers when the RHA were formed. They had options that was writing that they could have And I understand the new authority that is formed instead of how town and country planning, they have options too. Why the liberties was looking for options? You know what the options is? If you want, you could go into wider public service. But that might be a challenge because you remember, they specialize. You may not get that type of position equal to yours that you're in now in the wider public service. So I'd advise you, if that is the option or they want to take to go in the wider public service, custom officers, whatever, or let's start and look to see where it have those positions. Don't leave it to nobody, because once they take all them, put all in service commission hand, or they could be going to work every day if I service commission and sign up book waiting for them to try to find somewhere for them to work. So I'll advise all them, if there's only option, look around in the public service, get your information, evidence, and whatever the case may be, so you go know how to operate. Next one. If you want to take your visa, make sure you have the years, the dates, and the money work out proper so you know when you get that, you have nothing else to get, and whatever. Right? Who want to retire? They ain't reach 55 yet. You have an option because the pension act said 55, you can retire at 55 and get your pension. I think sometimes it might be a little reduced or whatever the case may be. But you have an option to 55, you can retire at 55 and get your pension. You don't have to wait till 60. Those are options. If you want to go across to the TTRA, then you have to make sure you go across with the terms and conditions, not less favorable than you enjoy now. And I understand the options are for some unit called enforcement unit. Let me tell you something. Liberty saying go tell all of this. In the Custom Act, Section 3(4) in the Custom Act, it ain't had nothing called no enforcement unit. For the purpose of carrying out the provisions of the custom laws, all officers shall have the same powers, authority, and privileges as are given by law to members of the police service. So whatever they offer enforcement unit, that offers over all custom officers, because they have no enforcement unit in the Custom Act, unless that change, may change. So all custom officers should be afforded the opportunity, if they want, to go across to the TTRA with the terms and conditions they enjoy now, not less favorable. And you have the RHA as precedent, because health workers who didn't sign over to RHA went across from Ministry of Health into the RHA with the terms and conditions not less favorable that they enjoy under the Ministry of Health. And they worked in the RHA. Those are the things that Liberty is supposed to be telling all you. Not coming down there to tell all about vote for no UNC and only go get 10%. Because what's on the table now is the government could go ahead with TTRA and they stay on stream. So instead of having workers, and not only that, he should also be looking to see that the PSA retains its RMU status so they could go across there and they're able to get workers to join who enjoying, to make them the one so they will have that as a bargaining unit. Now, those are the things that Liberty is supposed to be telling custom workers, not going around with Felicia Thomas with she barely ready to pop before the girl go home and lie down and cock up her foot. How she's stringing along all behind him to tell people about vote for no UNC. That is what are responsible, because it's Watson joke. And you Liberties caused this thing to happen. All you didn't do anything. All they come from was, all they know is nothing but the public service. All they just leave it languishing right there. and just jump halfway and jump and carry things to court and payment like all they're doing something. All they did nothing because look at the outcome. So I'm telling custom officers again, go and look at the Custom Act, Section 3.4. Look into the RHA, how that transition happened when they came from health and went to RHA. And get your union, because if you're a union member, and the union who has the RMU right now, is them all have to do it. So go to them with information and let them know. Don't let them tell all you nothing, because Felicia Thomas is a dunce. And the Robert is an ass. Tell them what all they want. If you want to go across in the terms and conditions not less favorable. And they have not with no enforcement unit alone. All custom officers shall have the same power, authorities, and privileges as are given by law to members of the police service. For any act, matter, or thing required by the custom laws to be done or performed by, with, or before the controller, if done or performed by, with, or before any officer appointed by the controller of for such purpose shall be deemed to be done or performed with, by, to, or before the controller, and every person employed on any duty or service relating to the customs by the orders or with the concurrence of the controller, whether previously or subsequently expressed, shall be deemed to be officers for that duty or service, and every act required by law at any time to be done by, with, to, or before any particular officer nominated for such purpose, if done by, with, to, or before any person appointed by the controller to act for such particular officer, shall be deemed to be done by, with, to, or before such particular officer, and every act required by law to be done by any particular place, to any particular place within any port, if done at any place within such port appointed by the controller for such. People, get the Custom Act and read it. Get somebody to interpret it. But I'm telling you, the enforcement unit, it is not no enforcement unit in the Custom Act unless that change. It says here, Section 3, for the purpose of carrying out the provisions of the custom laws, all officers, it never says enforcement unit, all officers shall have the same power, authority, and privileges as are given by law to members of the police service. When you don't know your laws, your regulations, that is how the employer, Lord, I tell you, I don't mix my politics and my union. Labor is labor. If the union doing the work, they will have a more informed labor force. If the union doing the work, you will have amicable settlement of wage negotiations. If the union doing the work, they'll be able to get the required amount of percentages that will be enough to satisfy the members within the negotiating period, so they will get real-time money. The money won't be depreciated. If they're doing the work, they will not be outside on the road marching and calling for the members to march if unions doing the job. But I thank God they still have some unions who good sense have prevailed, and they have accepted the 4% and are going back now in front the CPU for the period 2020, 21, and 22, where there's a 5% offer on the table. So once it's on the table, it's an offer, you have to negotiate to carry it up, because it ain't going down. You know one thing, the government can't carry it down. The only way to go is up, and you have to go with the A game. But Roger and them have people out there and PSA marching with UNC, but they have custom officers in knowing the right. And you know why I come to talk this? Because a custom officer called me for help. Yeah, telling all that. So all those who want to laugh and feel I don't know what I'm doing, and I just said that workers of all kind of categories just call me asking for help because they understand I know what I'm talking about. I don't mix with labor. I went and spend enough time sitting down and learning. I cannot be in my bed sleeping in them days. Go to work and go home. Instead of whole day in a classroom. I took my studies seriously because I understand the implication of these things that I'm learning here with the practical knowledge I have to help workers, because a lot of workers don't know their rights. And because they don't know their rights, a lot of workers just get advantage by the bosses, by the employer, by management, etc. Knowing your rights don't mean that you have to be disrespectful, you know. But knowing your rights means that you will know how to operate. Because when you know your rights, then you will have to act right also. So you can't only know your rights and not working properly. You can't only know your rights and you're a slacker. Knowing your rights means you have to perform your duties because you know what could happen if you don't do it. And if you don't have the right tools and whatever, you know that will impact on you. So it is a relationship that you have with your management or the employer. You won't always agree with everything. But you know, it will be sufficient enough what you have that you have a win-win situation. But with them union, with Roger and them, it has no win-win with them. It's only win for them. It has win for workers. And the same politician who did be cussing and find that the politician living nice, they get SRC money, they have perks and all that. They want to go and sit down, they're doing the same thing. You think when them get in there, they're going to study how these have all the marching in the sun? They're going to sit down there and enjoy the money and want more. Don't get tired with them fellas, you know. If right now they're helping all you, and them is a union leaders to help labor, you feel when they get into government and politics, they go help me? Well, as now we getting shot from the ass. Or they don't get tired of these people, you know. I see people out there and I set a man and they're drumming and singing and I'm Roger and I'm talking to them. Roger and them can be talking to nobody around the world. Nowhere else but in Trinidad, them can be talking to people. With the kind of things them do. Yeah? Listen to this.
You know, things arrive in your mailbox. Lo and behold, the question was asked, did they pass the financials? I was told by the evaluation committee, the first time, no, they could not produce the financial wherewithal on this occasion as part of their EY process. And the evaluation committee did something, credit to them, that they didn't do for others. They told Patriotic, take some time and go and see if you could get the financials, because what you produced as the initial pass can't work. And they gave them more time and they gave them a second opportunity. Lo and behold, as part of that second opportunity, is a document that I have in my hand here today that appears to be a swift message of a cash wire transfer of $1.5 billion US on behalf of Patriotic Limited, Patriotic Energies and Technology Company Limited, receiving $1.5 billion US at a local bank in Trinidad. So of course we asked the evaluation committee. Thank you. So we asked the evaluation committee, well, if they had this, what happened? Fraudulent document. A fake document.
No display.
A fake document.
The document.
Sorry. A fake document was produced as part of that EY process. Forged document, because when the due diligence was done, of course, no $1.5 billion US was received by Patriotic at any local bank. So unfortunately, and yes, it is stamped by some unknown person, certified true. But of course, it's easy to verify this because it is either that it exists or it doesn't exist.
All I know is Patriotic. That is when Roger and them was bidding for the refinery. They tell them go back because they didn't have enough money, wherever it is. Roger and them, that is what the minister is saying there, Patriotic. Send a document to the bank stating $1.something billion they will get and wherever it is. But if I know, where's the senior LC? It was a lie, forged document. That is who we have. Based on what the minister is saying here. That is who we have standing up to tell people. And that is the same man who won we against Kamla Persad-Bissessar and voting for this government, voting for Kamla Persad-Bissessar and the government. Eh? That's what we have. Stand up and they produce based on what the minister said, a false document stating that some bank, they get 1 point something billion US dollars. And it was a lie. They was trying to buy the refinery. And that is the man who out there with people, Abdullah said Kamala corrupt. And he said, we don't know if he answering charges in America still for sexual assault or abuse or whatever, or if that case dismissed nothing. But them is the men. That is a man who women went in the JSC and talk about the kind of harassment, sexual and otherwise, that be happening on the port or with one of his company that he have on the port to clean boat or ship, whatever, some kind of background. So, but them is the men. I want to say, keep all the children, all the women folk and girl children away from these men. Keep them away. Here, Roger.
Nation. Fellow citizens, as a people, we must never accept corruption. Under the People's Partnership, it has reached the scale of billions of dollars. When we consider the multi-million-dollar contracts given out to their friends, families, and financiers, and the controversial and questionable method by which these contracts are given out, we have absolutely no choice but to conclude that this is the most corrupt government we have ever experienced. This brutal and evil practice of corruption has brought terrible pain and suffering, anguish to the majority of our citizens, while a few continue to amass obscene wealth in the hundreds of millions. Nation. Fellow citizens, as a
people who is that always say, excuse me, not answer Roger, and answer Roger today, asking people to march. So they want to oust this government to bring back Kamala for services. All they think them right. All they think them right. It's not me making up these things, you know. So when they say I call them stink and dirty, it's because of their behavior, boy. I don't know these people personally and I don't want to know them. I'm looking at their behavior and the labor movement. They're fooling workers, boy. They're fooling workers who genuinely believe that they're out to help them. Rojan, Anisette, and Baptiste, and Abdullah not out to help no workers. They're out to help themselves. They want to get into politics. They want to be the bourgeoisie. They want to sit down at the table and eat and throw the crumbs to we. Because that's what they say the government doing. But we're not seeing that with the government. We're seeing things happening. Look what Cuban boy say. He tried was sick and he went to Dr. William thing and he got free medicine, free prescription. Nice. Look at all the programs in ministry having for young people. Look at the grants they're giving. You see the young fella growing all the vegetables and all the things. You see other people. Look at the starter homes. People get it happy. And it's ordinary people get it. Ordinary people get starter homes and they continuing. That is real thing. That is thing you can see, tangible thing. What did this Kamala processor do in 10 years with all that money? Nothing. And this stinking, dirty union men and them will do nothing for the union movement, boy. Them will do nothing. After my John Fogarty's primers, that was it. After George Weeks, that was it. And the man who from NUGFW, they build houses and things. I think that was the first union build homes, so they are members and things, boy. I can't remember the man name from NUGFW, you know. What happened since that? Well, there's some fooling people now, boy. Me and mine, nobody marching or nobody getting anything. I don't have a problem with that. But stop fooling workers, boy. All they don't care about no workers, all they don't care about nobody but all themselves. Why are they doing people? They will tell all they, when people tears fall and all they go drag, you know. When people tears fall, because people believe in all their boy. Because people hurt, they're angry, they're looking for somebody to lead them, but all these misleaders. All these misleaders, boy. Look at what Fali do to Tobago. If Fali was different, that bill would have passed to them. Tobago would have been sitting nice and looking to go the next level. Like, look at it pass. Finally, so when they come in, they go get Tobago contractors, he work and everything. That didn't happen. Finally, get all the contractor Indian people across the Carney Bridge. Anything they build in Tobago is substandard and bacchanal. You hear him talking about propaganda, they go Ting and hire this one, they still elected. What they get, what Tobago get from Fali and them nothing every day Fali and them in a plane going somewhere. I showed you how thin Fali was when he come in. All of them, they busting in their clothes and all suit, could dress. And what? That what Tobago get? All the troll PNM, I was so happy to get that. Under the PNM government, under Mr. over in London, under where's that man who died? Choi Charles and Owen and all that. Tobago didn't have nothing. Tobago didn't get nothing. All the development was happening in Tobago. Is under the People's National Movement. And all they know that. But all they didn't tell the little trainers to them 18-year-old and 21-year-old and thing don't know. Or they fool them into thinking that PNM never do nothing. Or they tell them everything they enjoy is a People's National Movement with. But all the 40s and 50s, all they know that. But all they went and vote against the PNM because Juke fool all here, are we boy? He fool all here. And look at it today. They are telling me, Bill, it's a pass. What are they going to do now? Cost Rowley still? But let's start a cost blasted Fali. Cost them! Because them are all in this, all them intellectual and them. This next one, Martin George, I want to ask him. That association, business association thing, is it a one-man show or something? Because I know it will be Tobago Chamber of Commerce or something. So, and them have a whole crew and team and executive, all that. Where's the members of your team in this Tobago thing? Is you and you alone or what? All this so chain up Tobago people. Because Tobago people look up to all these the intellectuals, and all they fail them. All they fail Tobago people. Take a bow. Take a bow. Take a bow, Fali, and all the intellectuals in Tobago. The people of Tobago is dependent on all you. The people of Tobago look up to all because all these intellectuals in Tobago, the son of the soil, and they have every right also to be proud of all it. And all they fail them, just like the union leaders in this country. Most of them fail workers and labor in this country. People must see all who was here. Custom workers, officers, get the customer can know all the rights. Those sell the liberties or sell all the down river. He knows nothing about the public service. He knows about WASA. Talk to people who know about the public service and what is all the right. Don't get tapety and stupid talk. That is dotage talk. Joel, Anne-Marie, Trevor, Constance, Alice, Rudolph, Donna, Lynette, Tyrone, Kathleen, Florence, Carl, Margaret, Marky, Jonathan, Margaret, Judy, Merle, Christina, Melka, Jennifer, Brian, Phyllis, Christopher, Leno, Herman, Hazel, Shirley, Balti, Patsy, Nadia, Yonoil, Cliff Lee, Theophilus, yes, Monica, Petal, Rosie, Joycelyn, Helen, Russell has some players, and Val, Carolyn, Joyda, Charles, and Emily. Or they could believe me, or they could choose not to believe me, but the facts are there. I don't have no need to lie. I want to tell some people, I love you all dearly. I really do. But this is some, not necessarily on my chat, some would be telling me when I answer back. Some people on Facebook and chat and things don't lower myself and all. Let me tell you something. I love all the Bible. You see me? Me are perfect. And if you tag me, when I make my comment and you tag me and you answer me, insulting me and want to degrade me, however, I'm going to insult you back. Me and Michelle Obama, when they go low, I go high. When you go low, I go low and drag you. And I will come out white as lily still. So I will answer you to suit. And nobody an insult. In 2020, I take insult like that from people who are surname look like Indian people. What they call me is what they didn't call me. And I answer them very politely and nice and thing. And the more I answer them nice and polite, they give me more. They call me monkey, they call me ugly, they call me dunce, they call me PNM swine. Me ain't taking no insult from nobody. You tag. If you write a comment, you include my name, me a business. You see, once you include my name in it, and you want to play it in it, I will drag your ass verbally. So when all they see me dragging, if they didn't interfere with me verbally on social media, me have nothing to tell them. Because I just make my comment, we don't interfere with nobody. If I respond to somebody comment, I expect they will respond back to me, well then I will have to treat with that and whatever. Once me interfere with you, me and come call you, you get in my conversation and call and think my name whatever, and you're out of timing, I go be out of timing too. So I put in all on the notice. Yeah? Me and turn the cheeks on, and then turn it back and turn it back. So I'm not talking about literally. I'm talking about figuratively. Yeah? I'm talking about on social media. I don't mean no violence and no fight or nothing. I just talk about answering back to suit. That is what I'm talking about, right? So people, I will answer all your back to suit when all they tell me things. Me and Michelle Obama, I love her dearly, but me and Michelle, you tell me things, I go find things and tells you too. If you could give me talk, you're supposed to take talk, otherwise don't give me no talk. So you ain't gonna get no talk, right? I want to see me answering, just either pass me by, support it, or just pass me by, right? And I love all the dreads still. But there are not people in my life here I talking about, but well, you know, some people's. I am not, don't put me on a pedestal, don't put me as no idol, me no role model for all the children and all the this. Find all the own role models and all the self and all the family. Don't use me, please. Because if I use a little thing, or no. I just cuss. If I had to cuss, I wouldn't cuss on Facebook, of course, and that thing. If I had to cuss, I'll bust a good cuss. Yeah? So people, I hi Leon, darling Jonathan, everybody. Love you all. See you all on Wednesday. Go spend a come with something for something with this eagle Jen, Sister Jenny, Auntie Jenny. If you want to get formal as Miss Jennifer Frederick and Louis Duchamp, Louis thing. And you know, Roxanne, we don't put out the music, it's only on Friday. Monday and Wednesday is straight up. Friday is back and all in the place. So people, see you all. I myself you insult me. I don't get too. Of course, we answer back to suit. What the hell do you think it is a joke? You want to tell me all kind of nasty, derogatory things and nobody can tell you nothing just because we talking the truth? And I must just leave you to tell me them, no. Know your place, I know my place. And at the end of the day, I love all races because I love me. Love yourself, and when you love yourself, you can love any other race. But I stand and shoulder to shoulder, we watching one another and we eye. Me and bowing down my head. You're mad, I don't want to bow the head neither. Stand up proud as an Indian, a Chinese, Syrian, Caucasian. Stand proud. Stand proud as African too. We have to build this nation together. But Minister Siojong had his children Christmas party on Saturday. It was the bomb. I bring it live. You try and enjoy it. It was a sellout as usual. The minister always around, doing what you have to do. Meeting with the people, and the people love him. Port of Spain, North, St. Anne's, West. We on the ground with you. We moving with you. And it's that. People, I love all you. One family at the end, just Jonathan. One family at the end of the day. We go have a little thing and thing. But at the end of the day, it's one family. But trust me, you're not going to try to advantage me. And I just stay quiet. I'm not that girl. Not that girl. Yeah? We know the assignment. 2025 know the assignment, people. All they know the assignment. I don't have to keep telling all they know the assignment. I see Joycelyn put it there. Know the assignment. These people evil and wicked to the core. They're saying that every day. And they're laughing at it, boy. Look what Fali do to Tobago now. I laughing because I don't want to cry. Look what Fali do, boy. Fali went there with people had so much hopes in this man. All the vote up, PNM get a good capital. We just call it capital. And all they laugh and do. Expected to see something 3 years boy like a stillborn boy, nothing political stillborn according to Minister Hines. When he was talking about Wade Mark, who never come on my minister, nothing. Wade Mark is so disgusting. Wade Mark's over the highest level, Speaker of the House. UNC never put him in a safe seat to win to be a minister, nothing. Wade Mark made them bring him back as a senator. I want to tell people what we will miss you. Wade Mark rocks so yes, your political stillborn. So as I was saying, people, I don't like what happened with Tobago there, boy, and I don't know, no? People, 2025, know the assignment for the People's National Movement. People, I love all they are going and custom workers, get proper advice. Stop studying Leroy Batista and his foolishness. Okay, his salary big, we even know how much it is, eh? I don't say that is alleged $50,000 and more. Okay, or let's salary reach that yet. And he ain't doing nothing, only doing more work than he. And nobody votes for him. People, I love all you. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Helen. See you all on Wednesday, God spare God. But they go keep me here till 8, 9 o'clock, I have things to do. But I love all this. God. All are we, side by side, we stand for from love and liberty. Every creed and race find an equal place. And may God bless our nation. God.
Bounce Up Central Network. Tune in for shows like Let We Talk to Ting with Sister Jenny every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 5:30 p.m. Dauntless Defenders of Good Governance, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Culture Points on Thursdays at 8 p.m. and Sundays at 5 p.m. And Fine Point with Fearless Warrior at various showtimes. For more news, informative content, entertainment, special events, discussion forums, Bounce Up Radio, movie watch parties, and to even bus a mark anonymously, visit our Bounce Up Central Community Hub, the platform that's We Ting, created for we, by we. Keep the conversation going, even after the show. Chat in real time on our 24-hour live chat at bounceup.com. If you have a passion for news, politics, culture, music, sports, technology, and helping your community, we invite you to come join the Bounce Up Central Network family. Come join us.